Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Mershinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past. For others of you, this could be a situationship. And for a small portion of you, this could be somebody that you have a whole lot of energy with. And yes, you do. This is a past life spiritual connection. You don't know what to do about it. There's a lot of anger and rage and frustration in this connection. This is what your person of interest may be feeling. However, because of the intensity of the cards, it could be that you are also going through the same emotions. This is because, especially because of this card, my past life card, the mystery card. Also, for those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. I have certain reasons for that. Okay, you have two complicated cards here, maybe 2.5, roughly. Two major here, one would be half right there. That's a crossroads. So we have here crossroads followed by illness, wellness, mystery, creativity, anger and rage, surrender, selfhood, wisdom. Then we have inspiration. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Sagittarius, right now I am at a crossroads. I know I have to make a decision. I have to make a choice. I have to choose the path. But I am unable to do so. I find it difficult. I find it complicated. There are certain things in this connection that are weighing me down below the surface of this water. I'm drowning in a sea of sadness. There is desperation, depression. The feeling is devastating that I've lost you. I feel as if I've lost you because I can't give to you what it is that you want. There are certain things, responsibilities, problems that I'm facing, tasks that need to be undertaken. Emotional trauma that binds me and holds me back. There are certain things that are going on in my life that I have not told you about. These are the things that prevent me from being with you the way that you would like me to. And I now question the heavens and the universe and who I think is God. Why is it that you were put into my life on this path? Why did I not meet you years ago or far into the future? I now know that there is a reason for everything. With you, I feel as if I've known you from before. This level of comfort is immense. I feel as if you and I have been together, and I can feel so comfortable with you. I can tell you anything and not fear that you're going to judge me. I feel myself when I think of you when I'm with you. Sometimes when you're not there, I can sense you. And sometimes when I'm alone, I can smell your scent. And that is quite a different feeling. It's never happened to me before with anyone else. I also feel that in this connection, I have this strong desire. I have this need, this want to create something. To be someone that I've always wanted to be. What I also feel is that in this connection, there's this desire where I want to weave this web of love. And this web, and the center is you, where you are the center of my world, keeping you safe, but in a restricted kind of way. I also feel that in this connection, so many things have happened, and I have now begun to get quite agitated and angry, not at you, Sag, but at myself. I'm angry at myself for not being able to make up my mind. I'm angry at myself for not being able to move forward. Making that decision that needs to be made. I want to, but I just don't. And I just can't. I also feel the sense of surrender. I want to surrender to you. Now I feel that there's a special bond between us, where I feel that you belong to me and I belong to you. We come and we go, and we dance in perfect harmony. Energetically, I feel this. And I have given to you my mind, my heart, and my body. I feel this with you. And yet still I feel annoyed, upset, because no matter how much I give myself to you, I can't be with you fully. And that agitates me. Over time, things have changed, and I see you differently now. I see you as somebody who is very defensive, somebody who is very guarded. You have changed, but you have only reacted to the actions that I have taken over time. You have changed because of who I am and the things that I have done to you. In a way, this is not good. I never really wanted you to change, but it was inevitable. The way I treated you, the things I did to you. How could you ever remain the same? Now I see you as somebody who's guarded, somebody who's defensive, never really wanting anyone to come in. You're very, very cautious now. Also, I feel that you're more self-reliant, self-sufficient, independent. You don't need me, you don't need anybody. You never really needed anyone before. But now I see you in this light, and it seems as if it's difficult for me to approach you. I feel that before I could approach you, now I feel it's difficult. I also feel that I have learned my lesson. There are certain things that have happened in this connection, and I have now observed and seen things differently. I'm starting to understand things on a different level. The lessons I have learned from the mistakes that I've made. I'm wiser now. I'm also wiser because I see you in a different light. I'm also wiser because I know I want to make something, a special connection with you. Overall, there's no doubt about it. You inspire me. There's certain things about you. When I look at you, I see who you are and how different you are. My world before Sagittarius was black and white. I used to have a different perspective on things because of the way I used to feel. But now, ever since you've come into my life, things are just so much more colorful. From that black and white world, I've merged into color. Everything sounds better, tastes better, smells better, feels better. Everything around me is so much more wonderful. It is beautiful. And you are the one that allows me and makes me see these things in this way. You gave me that sight. Before it did not exist. I feel inspired by you. I feel like creating things, creative things. Writing songs, writing books, writing stories. Creating works of art. Starting hobbies. Discovering talents I never knew I had. I hope, going forward, I am able to make that decision that needs to be made, because I am quite upset over this as well, that I can't give to you what it is that you want, that you deserve. And this feeling, it still upsets me a lot, that I have the both of us lingering. All right. Sagittarius. Very interesting. You have a situation here where this is a past life spiritual connection, and it is a very strong connection. And sometimes when things don't go your way or the other person's way, there is a sense of agitation, anger, frustration, even impatience. But this card does talk a lot about many other feelings too. It's not always about anger and rage. And many of you know I interpret these cards very differently. But the anger and rage card sometimes just talks about annoyance, being annoyed by oneself. Why did I do this? Why did I have to behave like this? The good thing is, though, I see here wisdom. So this is really good, because this shows me that your person of interest now is much more wiser than they were before. All right, let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. Interesting. All right. So, for those of you who are new, this deck I read in the reverse. And this deck I have a look at what are the concerns, the issues that happen in the first place, certain reasons. I was getting the word obstacles right now. So certain things that happened that really didn't allow this connection to move forward. So once upon a time, things were going great. The first set of cards I just read, that is the current status. This, I look a little bit into the past to have a look at what happened in the first place that caused the problem. So things were going great, and then all of a sudden, boom, just went downhill from there. So these I do read in the reverse. Let's have a look. I have here the 8 of Arrows and the Queen of Cups. Okay, because of the intensity of this card, Sagittarius, I'm going to read the entire card. The 8 of Arrows. This talks about depression, entrapment, and the feeling of being victimized, victimization. At some point in time, Sagittarius, the reason why things did not turn out well, the reason why some of you did not get that closure, this person ghosted you, they took you for granted, they abandoned you. This person just faded over time. The reason why this happened was because they felt entrapped by emotions and sorrow. They had the feeling that they were unable to move, and they were starting to feel victimized. There was extreme sorrow. Here, the card suggests that things may not be as bad as they seem. Your person of interest had some sort of obsession with their personal problems, to the detriment of others. Problems that may come from within and a sense of narcissism. So, not only did they have problems on the exterior, they had problems that were coming to them from outside, but I also see here they had personal problems. So they may have had other issues related to themselves, related to their family, related to their friends, their society that they're in. But something here was preventing them from being with you the way that you wanted them to. And it was so much that they ended up feeling, in a way, trapped and victimized. Not necessarily by you, but by the situation and circumstances that this person was in. Now, with the illness wellness card, that usually tells me that they have a lot of restrictions, that they want to be with you, but there's certain things that are weighing them down. This could be being with a partner at home, a spouse, a third-party situation, right? This could also be having responsibilities, not being able to be with the other person, not being able to give the time, energy, and effort to an individual that an individual needs. Here we also have the Queen of Cups. Let's have a look. The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is traditionally a very beautiful card. It talks about beauty, intimacy, love, seductive emotions, but we're talking about the reverse here. There's a lack of soulfulness, a lack of emotion, no inspiration. Now, this is interesting. In the past, there was no inspiration, and yet the first set of cards we just saw, you did have inspiration right here. So they have changed from that mindset where they did not feel inspired to now where they do feel inspired. Here we have there was a lack of mastery of all the suites of cups that represents art, beauty, love, and intimacy. There was no feelings of wanting to move forward when it came to seductive emotions, the inability to express love and to nurture others. Why did this start happening? Your person of interest was overwhelmed by emotions that needed sorting out. They needed to take control of these feelings. In their life, they were dealing with disharmonious relationships. So they had issues. Sagittarius. This is not a you problem. This is a them problem. And that's why they had so many things going on. Not only did they have that feeling of being victimized by external issues, but they also were unable to be with you the way that you wanted to. There was a lot of feelings that were very overwhelming for them, and it just got to the point where they were not able to handle it. So this is some of the reasons why your person of interest may have just kind of ghosted or faded over time. And like I'm seeing here, it wasn't really you that ended up making this person feel this way. Something was going on in their life from behind the scenes that was actually causing this. Now, this is also probably why in the first set of cards, it does show that they wanted to, they were angry, right? Now, what are they angry at? Are they angry at you? No, they were not. They were actually angry at themselves. So the problem here is because they were angry at themselves, they realized that whatever they were doing, it was wrong. The issue now is that this is a current state. Now they're feeling this. Now they're understanding this. But in the past, they did not realize this. And this is probably why you ended up getting the wisdom card that was right there before. You got the wisdom card, which means all of this is starting to change, which is really good. That's really good. All right, let's have a look at the Beginner's Tarot. So with this deck, I like to have a look at any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have towards you. We have here the 10 of Swords, followed by the World card. Then we have the Fool, followed by the Four of Cups. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have here the Queen of Swords. So here we have a situation where you have 1, 2, 3 cards that are a little bit on the rough side. 10 of Swords. Your person of interest at some point in time, they were with you, but then they may have taken a leave of absence and they may have gone away. They left. And the problem here is that they thought the grass would be greener on the other side. Truth, reality struck, no, it was not greener on the other side. So by the time they realized, they come back. By the time they came back, 10 swords, they are down, right in their back. The world has betrayed them. What thoughts and what plans they had and how everything turned out was so different. We also have here the World card. Now, not only are they starting to realize that a new day is going to dawn, I'm going to be better, I'm going to be different moving forward, but they have this intention on the inside. There's this hope, there's this dream that things will be better, things will be different going forward. We also have here the Fool. So this talks about how in this connection there is this desire that in this connection there's this need to have a leap forward, wanting to move forward in this connection, knowing that an individual here has a choice, and the choice that's being made is kind of an impulsive one. That's the problem with this card. Yes, there's an intention. The Fool card wants to take a leap of faith and come towards you. The problem is that this card for me is literally a fool. This is somebody that's taking action first and thinking later. They're not thinking about the big picture. They're not looking at the history of everything. One of the issues with this card is also that it's impulsive, and maybe even aggressive. This person wants to do certain things, but they're not planning it out. And it may finish as soon as it had just started. So that's a problem. This is why in this sort of a situation, Sag, I would recommend for you to take it very slow with this person. There's certain things that are truly bothering this individual on the inside, and they feel that they regret certain things that they have said, certain things that they have done. There could have been offers made to them, but they were not taking those opportunities when they came to them. They're wanting to reconcile, but they don't see it in that way. They're not looking at the Three of Cups that could be had. Any offer that's being made to them, they're not doing this. Your person of interest also may be taking a step back and observing you from a distance, trying to see what is going to happen next. We also have here with the Queen of Swords, they realize what they have done to you. They feel that they've turned you into somebody who is very cold and jaded. And so they feel that if they were to reach out to you, if they were to connect with you, this is how you are going to react in a very negative sort of way. This is how they feel. They feel that you do have the sword, that you're very cold. It's very difficult to confront you or even to talk to you. Now, this is what this person assumes. This doesn't mean that this is what you are, but this is what they're thinking. So, Sag, do I see this person taking any action towards you? Honestly, I don't. The one action I do see them taking is the Fool card, but it might just be like a quick hello and then all of a sudden they're gone. I don't see it being very long term. With the Fool card, I don't see that. And it's because of the surrounding cards. I don't see a whole lot of promise right now. But are they going to reach out to you? They're hesitating. I would say they may reach out. I can't say for certain. This is also a general love reading, right? It's not going to resonate for everybody, and it's not meant for everybody either. Certain actions, certain things that are happening in this connection, they might not be targeting all of you. It might just be for a small portion of you. All right, let's have a look at Archangel answer cards. Just going to do a quick prayer. All right. Wow. First card's the strongest we have here. Let go. Followed by wait. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. We also have here, if you believe. So that's a very strong manifestation card for me. Look for a sign. Followed by yes. Then we have choose a new direction. Don't stop. Very interesting. The type of cards we have here is basically a message. All right. What I'm getting right now is something a little different, okay? You may be with your person of interest right now, but this is talking about, I would say a small portion of you, this is talking about that person. But for the rest of you, this message is for those of you that may have had somebody else come into your life. Somebody else. This is not for this person. It's almost as if you may have a choice. Now, this could be in the coming future. Somebody may come into your life. But whatever is happening, you're going to have to be very careful. Now, like I said, the last set of cards I just saw, I do see that person being very much like a fool, not being very responsible. Now, these cards are almost warnings. It's like a warning. First card is the strongest. We have here, let go. So it is very important that you take a step back and that you let go of the way the situation is. You stop chasing, you stop calling, you stop texting. You don't initiate anything. Let this person come to you. And if it's meant to be, then they will come to you. Here we do have let go. Don't stop loving them. You can't really stop loving an individual, but stop giving them too much of your time, energy, and effort, okay? So take a step back and wait. A waiting is here. You're going to have to wait for something. If you believe, then things will work out your way, the way that you want them to. It's important for you to look for a sign. Now, this doesn't mean you go out and look for signs, but the signs will come to you. The type of signs I'm seeing here, it's very, they were like warning signs. So here, I would say like red flags. It appears that there's certain things that have happened in this connection, and over time, you may not have noted these things and how toxic the situation had become, or how it can become. Now, this doesn't necessarily, Sag, have to be with your person of interest. I'm seeing this also with somebody else that's in your life. So look for a sign and have a look at all the red flags, all the negative things that have happened over time, and how these things affect you. We also have here a positive card. Yes, in order to have a better balance, you are going to have to choose a new direction. Now, for some of you, because you have the let go card, that also means choosing a new path and choosing a different person. So yes, I see for some of you, you may be encountering a choice here, and whatever the choice is, you're going to have to listen to your instincts, do the right thing for you, have a look if there's any sort of red flags, and whatever is good and positive, that's what you should go with. Here we have choose a new direction. Now, physically, yes, you can choose somebody completely different, or this can also mean that your method of approach for the current situation that you're in, the method may be the same over and over again. In order to change something, you're going to have to let go and make that change so that you have a different result. So your method of approach will be and can be different. We also have here, don't stop giving and receiving love. Keep that positive energy flowing. We also have here, no. The overall arching theme. No. My goodness. Because I'm seeing in my mind's eye the crossroads card, it does appear that, yes, it's a very intense spiritual connection, but they've also had you waiting. You've been waiting for a long time. There's certain things that have happened in this connection that you shouldn't have to chase, right? Things should just fall into your lap. It should fit like a glove. And that's not what's happening here. So here, the overall arching theme is no. For the majority of you, no, this is not your person of interest. And for some of you, this is your person of interest. But the other individual that's in your life, somebody from the past, most likely, or somebody new, it's probably not going to work out with that person. What I can tell you here is it's important for you to keep an open mind and to be honest with yourself and to know that not all of you are going to be dealing with two people. You could be just dealing with one individual. And if that's your scenario, then still this applies. To let go, to look for red flags, and to try a different approach method in this connection. For those of you that are also with one person, but there's somebody else coming into your life, maybe you don't know yet, but maybe they may just pop up. For that person, I would say it's a no-no. Remember you had the Fool card, right? So with the Fool card, I don't usually see a lot of promise with the Fool card, and that's the issue. All right. Sagittarius, that is your reading. What I want to do is give you guys a little something extra. And this is just for some of you who may need it. Let's see. Interesting, I'm getting both. Let's have a look at this. Okay. I have here, and I believe this is Doreen Virtue's Archangel Therapy cards. Okay, so this is for some of you who may need some type of message. This is directly from the angels in heaven, brought to you by the angels in heaven. All right, just going to do a quick prayer. Okay, I'm just going to pull out one card, but then you'll also have one under the bottom of the deck. So this is the majority of you, Sag. What is it that you need to know in terms of any sort of healing that is needed? Oh my God. Dang, am I accurate or not? Past life issues. All right, so I'm getting the feeling I'm going to be getting a whole lot of past life orders now all of a sudden because this just confirmed everything. Let me have a look here. Now this is interesting because I was being prompted to do that, and this is why. For the new year, it is important for some of you to let go of this individual and have a fresh start. Because you guys have some past life related issues. Look at that. So, I guess what's meant to be is meant to be. I was not expecting this to happen. First of all, Sagittarius, for those of you who are new, I do have packages that you can have a look at on my website, www.asnointia.com, and have a look at some of them. Some of them are to get rid of negative energies. Some of them are just on love and relationships. One of them is on past life and spiritual connections. To know what you have, why you are the way that you are based on a certain spiritual relationship. Now, because you did have this card, you guys are either twin flame soulmates or karmic partners, maybe even more. These are the top 3 that I've seen that are the most intense, however. That is why I only focus on those. Most of the time, they are the most intense. Now, this is for those of you that are almost obsessing over this person. For some of you that can't let go of this person. And I explained how this card works, right? That feeling of knowing this individual from before. So it's a very strong connection, Sag, that you're dealing with this individual. Going into the new year, what I want you to do, some of you, if you can, have a look at some of my videos, okay? It's on a YouTube channel. It's called Asnointia Audio. The link is below. Past life and spiritual connections. And also sensually intense spiritual connections. And I also have a few other ones that are related to twin flame soulmates and karmic partners. The divine feminine and masculine, it is important for you to have a look at some of those videos too. So have a look at my channel. I do have other videos there related to relationship related advice and how to get rid of negative energies, or rather what is negative energy, how to recognize and remove them. Now, let me just focus on this card and what this card is all about. So here we have past life issues. No kidding. All right. This situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember. Ask them to help you release and learn and heal from your past experiences. Now, of course, you can ask your angels, no problem, but when I do my readings, sometimes I would say 4% of the time it's not in the past. It could be scheduled in the future, 200, 300, 500 years from now. You guys are supposed to be together on the soul realm, right? Just to let you know, disclaimer, sometimes it's not always in the past, but the majority of the time I've always done past life readings. They're always in the past. Small portion is in the future, but I have to say this because a lot of people, they think it might be in the past, but all of a sudden it is in the future. And those readings are much more complicated for me to do because I don't even know what I'm seeing. It's kind of difficult to recognize new technologies. But when I see it, I tell you guys what it is, right? And you know why you feel the way that you do on a spiritual level. Now here, this is more of a past life issue or a spiritual issue, but you guys know each other. And that's what's important here. You guys actually know each other. You trigger each other. You recognize each other. You also have here, you are a powerful light worker. It is safe for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings in loving service to the divine. So, the majority of you, and maybe even all of you, you are a light worker. So, do what you need to do in order to get rid of this sort of, maybe even the karmic related issues, right? And of course, embrace yourself in terms of the positive things that you can do. Donating is always good. I always, karmically donating is good, but never donate thinking that you are going to get something back from it. It has to be selfless, right? And that earns you points, karma points, right? That's what I call them, karma points. Guys, that is your little bonus. I hope that was a bit helpful. It was very much on point though. Definitely. A past life spiritual connection. Got issues here. Have a look on my website. Feel free to place an order. All right. You all take care. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys again. Bye now.